All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video, I've got a couple interesting things to talk about, especially about Solana's recent price action. And of course, I'm going to cover a couple of charts for general perspective. Okay, so let's firstly have a look at Solana's price. Currently is trading at $86.68 with the market cap currently sitting at 36 billion USD with 24-hour trading volume sitting at 3,162,000 US dollars. And as we can see over here, Solana has gained momentum on a daily. We've dipped to $79 on a daily time frame for Solana. However, I do believe that this is the end of that dip for Solana. So if you haven't bought that dip, I'm pretty sure that you might regret it soon. Okay, so let's firstly, before we are going to jump into Solana's chart, I would like to show you a couple of things to put things in into perspective of why do I anticipate Solana's bouncing back sooner rather than later. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look over here, okay, at a bit of piece of news for Solana. So Solana's new phone sells 30k units in first day, which is equaling to $2.9 million, right? So that is very positive, of course, not only for people that are going to get all of these airdrops on Solana phone, but for the network itself, because Solana is becoming richer and richer, and that is something that we really want to see, right? So let's have a look now what is brewing in the background of Solana. As we can see, guys, over here, Solana is constantly generating huge fees and the volume as well, right? If we are going to compare that volume into the previous bull cycle, there was pretty much no volume, right? And some people are saying that Solana at the time was crap, and yes, well, in comparison to right now, yes, Solana was a bet, right? Because there were network outages and all of that stuff, right? However, Solana improved and now is pretty much active without any offline time as far as I'm concerned. So as you can see, guys, over here, the TVL is constantly growing. Of course, we are dipping and all of that, but that is just a short term momentum, right? As you can see over here, guys, that is nowhere near in terms of the previous bull cycles, and the price of course responded big time, but I do anticipate Solana breaking $500 price levels soon, right? So let's firstly have a look at a couple of charts to put things into perspective. If you guys think that you are late to Solana, well, you are definitely late if you would compare it to these price levels, right? However, I do believe that we are still quite early, right? And why? So altcoin season has not even started. Altcoins have broken out of 550 days of bear market consolidation, and price is experiencing its first pullback, and it's still trading above the point of a breakout. As we can see over here, in 2021, this is where we are at, right? And after that, we saw that huge parabola for altcoins, just like over here. And yes, we are dipping, okay, but that obviously is just a short-term dip, as we can see over here on that chart. So this Bitcoin correction below 40k should come as a surprise to no one, right? Of course, this is something that we were pretty much anticipating, and that's something that could be expected, right? And obviously that it's only printing opportunities for us to scoop up some more Solana and other altcoins. So all you need to know about a Bitcoin halving, as we can see over here, guys, right? We are still in this rectangle zone over here, and that means that even in that rectangle zone, as you guys can see, we were still dipping, right before the halving, right? So even if we are going to see the further dip on a BTC, that is going to be something normal, right? However, as you can see over here, guys, I've been talking about it in my previous updates. I was anticipating that Bitcoin is going to touch that level of 38k. However, as we can see over here, we are slowly bouncing back, right? But obviously that doesn't necessarily determine that Bitcoin is going to bounce back and go up only. Okay, so let's have a look at this chart over here, altcoin prediction, what do you see? Here is the market capitalization of altcoins. So as we can see, guys, over here, according to this chart over here, we are nowhere near in terms of Solana's gains, right? So we do anticipate, according to this chart, that market cap can be anything between 6.2 and 7 trillion USD. That is beautiful. As we can see over here, wouldn't be too bearish here. Altcoins are doing what they are done in the past 2 cycles, guys. As you can see over here, right, we got this COVID crash, and that was pretty much like a blessing for people that weren't scared to invest at that time, and as well as 2016 to 18, so 2018. So as you can see, guys, over here, we are at that pivot moment for altcoins. Okay, and now let's have a look finally at Solana's price. Okay, so I will tell you, first of all, guys, my mistake was that I didn't took any profits of Solana over here, right? Because I've been investing for Solana for a while now. I've been investing at price levels of $20, so I still do sit on a profits, on a healthy profits. However, in order to maximize our gains, next time I am going to withdraw some profits, and I am going to, whenever there is going to be opportunity of dip on Solana, I am going to buy back. But of course, I am going to update you on that. Okay, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss on any Solana update. But okay, all right, so as we can see over here, Solana is pretty much dipping back. That's something that I thought that Solana is going to reach $75 price level if BTC is going to touch that 38k, right? So as we can see, guys, Solana is pretty much following what Bitcoin is doing, right? So if Bitcoin is rallying, Solana as well, and of course other alts, right? So as we can see over here on Solana's dominance chart, guys, we are reclaiming that dominance, and Solana is currently at 2.5% in terms of market dominance. And as we can see over here on RSI, we do have a room to go higher in terms of dominance. So we will definitely retest this resistance at 2.7 and later at 3.2, right? But that obviously is just the beginning of Solana, right? And why do I think that Solana is going to bounce back? Okay, so let me find that thing for you guys. Okay, that was over here, I believe. Okay, so just in 12.44 million liquidated in 24-hour in Solana's trade, guys. So if Solana if 12 million of Solana, $12 million of worth of Solana was liquidated, now it's going to be much more healthier for Solana to bounce back. Obviously, market makers don't really want people to make money on this market, and now we could expect Solana reaching and reclaiming these levels of $92 and then possibly even stronger. Okay, so why do I think Solana is so strong, right? If we are going to look over here, guys, right, on that dashboard that is basically showing the monthly active developers for Solana. So as we can see, guys, over here, ever since January 21st, Solana wasn't that crap anymore. Solana is constantly growing in terms of developers that are coming into Solana's ecosystem. That is already looking very, very juicy. Okay, let me find it over here. All right, so as you can see over here, Solana's ecosystem is already huge, right? And of course, we could technically say that, you know, it's similar size, at least by looking at these two graphs, similar size to Ethereum, right? But of course, it all depends how well all of these DeFi dApps and infrastructure and everything that's built on Solana is going to do, right? I do personally think that, you know, most of the things that are built on Solana are going to do great, right? So perhaps it's going to become a Solana killer, right? It already, you know, outperformed Solana in many cases. So let's right now have a look over here, guys, right? I'm pretty sure that you are, you know, a bit scared and think that, you know, Solana is going to dip lower, but even if so, that is going to only print opportunity for Solana to for us to scoop up some more Solana, right? As we can see over here, guys, in September, October, November and December, we had only green months for Solana, right? So of course, you know, healthy pullback for Solana is definitely, you know, normal, right? So there is nothing to be worried about. And as for today, we are currently minus 40% on Solana as of month of January. However, month of January is still being printed, right? So obviously the next few months are going to determine where Solana is going to go. All right, so now let me show you one thing over here. As we can see, Solana's network fees are basically skyrocketing. As you can see over here, guys, that's all-time zoomed out, right? So this is how Solana was pretty much in previous times, right? But you know, ever since December, where is it? Okay, anything between 5th and 7th of December, Solana saw huge spike in terms of network fees. So that's obviously very good for the network overall. If Solana is generating the fees, it means that there is much more money in the ecosystem, and that is of course going to impact the price of actual token. Okay, so let's go back to the chart right now, guys, and let's have a look at one key thing. All right, so as we can see over here, every single time Solana is reaching that high over here in terms of RSI of 84, I draw a little resistance line over here on RSI because over here I will probably sell my Solana, and then I am going to wait for some healthy pullback on Solana, right? And then of course I am going to buy back. And the question now is, can Solana reach around $1,000 per coin? I personally do think so, right? However, taking profits on Solana is definitely you know, advised, taking it earlier instead of waiting for that magical $1,000 price per coin. Okay, so let's look at the market cap over here and let's max it out, guys. And as we can see over here, in terms of market cap, Solana has seen a huge growth, right now is at 40, well, sorry, that was the peak. It was around 47 billion, and at the peak of the previous bull market it was 72 billion, right? So obviously Solana has still a lot of room to go, right? Because, you know, Ethereum was around, what, 500 billion? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So let's say if Solana is going to do, you know, healthy 4x from that $72 billion, that would be, you know, quite juicy in terms of the price per token. That would put Solana around $1,000. That is definitely not out of the question, guys. Okay, so now, do I believe that Solana is better than Ethereum? To being honest, guys, that's of course my personal thoughts about it. Okay, you know, obviously Ethereum is a great ecosystem. That's obviously second crypto project that, you know, was born after Bitcoin, right? However, you know, I think that it should be a little bit faster, right? That's always problem with Ethereum, that is slow, and basically those network fees are expensive, and Solana is cheaper and faster. And obviously the data speaks for itself, guys, right? I'm pretty sure that developers know that as well. That's why they are coming to Solana. So I do anticipate that Solana might outperform Ethereum in the next bull cycle in 2030, and we could see some astronomical gains for Solana if we are going to hold it through that cycle. Of course, that is not a financial advice. Okay, guys, I do hope that you have enjoyed that Solana update. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss on any Solana update or any other crypto. Okay then, peace and love crypto.